What the hell? Oh shit, I don't even know what this is. Hold on. What the hell? Sushi now? Okay. Greetings. Welcome. Come on in. You guys are looking at sushi. I didn't know that's what I selected. So just bear with me. Tuna roll, sushi roll. Who knows? Let me change this up. Lord have mercy. Come on in. Let me see something here. Uh. I guess y'all don't mind looking at sushi, huh? Oh wait, no, now it's an empty piece of what the fuck? uh it's gonna be a raw reading. Hi, greetings, clouds. Okay. This is I'm sorry, I can't help it because I'm like, what is this? Um, this is not a reading. I will be doing a reading for you guys. This is a discussion though. Do not let them touch you. Do not let them near you. Okay. Who's them? Okay. Some of you guys are gonna come in and be like, who them? Who are you talking about? Not to let touch us or not to let near us. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna say about thought. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna play with this. Let's see. I don't know what this is. Um, okay, check. Please only take this as it resonates. This is specifically for those of you who already know the lowdown. This is for those of you who already have gotten the 411 on some very toxic individuals in your life. Okay, this is for you to determine. This is why I'm putting it this way. Okay, I'm gonna change this groceries. I cracked myself up. I'm gonna see something here. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, French fries, bitch. Okay, we're gonna leave the heart, the ketchup heart with 2 French fries. 11. 11 energy. Okay, so look. Those of you who resonate with a lot of my discussions and a lot of my readings, okay, regarding, you have dealt with dark witches and warlocks, or you have dealt with, highly skilled manipulators, toxic spiritualists, toxic religious individuals, toxic, you have figured this out. Okay. It's been a long road. It's been a long road, but you have finally figured it out. Okay. I'm saying this way because this is not to be pushed. Okay. This should be just syncing with you and resonating if it's your story. Okay. So now that you have figured this out, you have gotten the information you needed, the confirmation you needed, the understanding that you've needed regarding these individuals. So as you're attempting to make shifts and changes in that middle time, in between time, as you're trying to clean up your life and you're trying to get the hell away or reroute, whatever that is. Hey, whoever came in, what it do? Don't let these motherfuckers know you and touch you for no reason. One of the things I have learned about dark witches and warlocks since my kinfolk, there's a high percentage of my kinfolk that are dark witches and warlocks. My parents, my siblings, my aunts, my nieces, and beyond. Okay. I'm aware of how far this has really gone. Okay. Especially with my mother. I know where the origins are. I know what she did with the Edwards and the Prevosts. I am aware. I'm calling all the bloodlines out as I do energy work behind the scene. All these bloodlines that were involved, they're going to have a nice surprise visit. Okay. For being involved with fuckery against me and my son's life. Before they die, each and every one of these individuals that not dead already, they're going to be wishing for their death, and they're going to be wishing that they had never, ever got involved or done the shit that they have done to me and my son. I am going to ensure this. I'm not going to die until it's done. Now, when you figure out all this information, church folks that were involved, I'm putting their names on the list as well. Motherfuckers that I was in groups with, I'm putting their names on the list as well. All these individuals are going to have a visit for embarking on coming against me and my son. People that I've worked with, people that I have dated, haters, naysayers, jealous cunts and fucks. Every individual that has partook in coming against me and my son and what I do in any way, shape, form, or fashion is going to get a nice little visit. Collective. Once you have discovered who has been involved in such things with you, you have to get the tough skins to cut these people completely out. They always want to get near you. They always want to talk to you and want to touch you. Okay? Want to give you something. These are the types that will use communal narcissism and helpfulness so that they can continue to attempt to hurt you and sabotage you in a cunning, cowardly way. So they take advantage of people's pains and vulnerabilities. They cause it, and then they act like they want to help in an attempt to exploit the situation. You have to get to a place to be willing to suffer in the name of your healing and transformation if it means that you don't have all of the things that you wish you had, or if it's a little bit more challenging, rather than putting your life at risk and danger. And what matters to you, okay? Because this is a type of situation where your life is at stake, whether you are fully aware of this or not. Whether you want to believe it or not because of the performances that these people have given you. My kinfolk in particular are professionals at this. This is why a lot of people are fooled by them and trapped by them. They come in acting like they care so much for you, that they're just simply trying to help and support you, and that they just want to be a part of your world, and they're here to take care of you when you're sick. My mother, that's her favorite go-to. She's been doing this for years. People have died because she was waiting for money, waiting to get something out of somebody's death. So, how better to do that than to act like you were somebody's nursemaid, and then they die, then chances are you're going to get whatever belongings they have, their home, their property. These people are codependent. These people, don't want to do the right things for themselves, so they attempt to sabotage and hitchhike off of other people's lives. Oh, I'm going to be your friend and your lover. I'm going to cause you to get sick. I'm going to poison you while I'm acting like I'm trying to help you while I am waiting for you to die. I'm going to send energy so that you can be so totally tired and exhausted and sick that you can't do anything for yourself. Then I'm going to reach out to you random, like, how are you? I'm just trying to check on you. I'm concerned about you. Is there anything I can do for you? I'll come over and sweep your floor. I'll come over and make your meals. I'll come over and pick up your prescription. Is there anything I can do for you? I just want to be of help. They're coming over, trying to get in, trying to drop their nasty energy, trying to ensure that you die while they're acting like they're trying to help you to get well. So that if it's a property involved, so that they can get that piece of property, bitch. They tried to kill my son. They're still trying. This is why I'm going to cut up heads. I'm not playing. My light team is not playing. Ancestors and sources not playing with anybody, whether I know who they are personally or not, including kinfolk and their groups. That's fucking with my son. And my energy, for that matter. So they're doing death rituals, pretending like they don't do death rituals. Then they go and they get the hugest Bible that they can purchase at a thrift store and sing all of the old school hymns and all that shit and cry and fall out. And You know, don't let these people touch you, because they're still trying to feed off of you, and they're still trying to transfer their toxic, nasty ass, cunt ass energy. Don't take anything from them, and what you have, I recommend burning shit. I got rid of everything. I got to a point where I was like, I don't care. I'm getting rid of everything that these hoes touched, including, you know what I'm saying, everything me and my son received or had. I was like, I'm getting rid of it. The shit that they have of ours, I'm asking my team to do some shit with that. The shit that they're using as their points of contact and to do their weirdo nigga bitch shit, I'm asking my team to have some fun with that. In other words, things that I've given them, okay? Me and my son's DNA, hair, nail clippings, objects, pictures, all the shit in which they use. This is about to get interesting. Collective, when you discover this, there's no room. Light team, a matter of fact, whoop that ass some extra. I want some extra stank on it as I'm speaking. Right now, if one of these two motherfuckers is a toxic cunt, whatever they in here sitting and doing, send it to them. Send it to them. Send it to them and theirs. 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 Return it back. Return it back. Amplify it in their energy. Amplify it in their reality. Amplify it in their aura. Amplify it in their chakras. Amplify it in their meridians. Amplify it in their body. Amplify it in their home. Amplify it in every area in which they're sending it. I return it back. Amplify it, light team, council of light, ancestors, gods and goddesses. Anybody coming in here on some bullshit, make sure they get that shit. Make sure they get that shit. And whatever's near and dear to them left on the earth, bitch. Make sure they get that shit. You want to send some distortion? Distort that head. They want to play in my energy? Distort their energy. They want to play with my son's energy? Distort their energy and their children. I ain't playing with these motherfuckers. Now, like I said, cease to entertain these people. Cease to allow them in your home. Because every time they're coming near you, they're doing something. I highly recommend, when you have time, if you're guided, and if you're in a place where you're strong enough to do so, get some frequencies on your phone, walk around the house with those frequencies, and then walk around the outer perimeters of your home with certain frequencies and decrees. Because I promise you, if they know where you're at, okay, they're doing their rituals anyway, but if they have access to you, physical access to your location easily and readily, okay, then they are also sending their goons and whoever's a part of their, dark witch, bitch, nigga, bitch shit, okay, to come to your environments and do weirdy shit, okay? So I advise, for your own safety and your own health and well-being, that you no longer even give it a second thought. You don't need a hug. You don't need a handshake. Some of these people are so desperate, they're going to reduce themselves to all of that. Could I get a hug? Could I get a handshake? Could I get a... Could they get nothing? No. The answer is no. The answer is no response and no reply. There is nothing else to be said once you guys have determined this. Hear me out. This is not to be forced. This is only for individuals, those of you who are there and who knows, because now you're following your guidance. So if this is not you, then it's not you. But if you know full well, and this is sitting with you, don't play with that. These people are sick. They are behind. They're murderers. Hear it and hear it good. These people are sick. They're murderers. They're energy harvesters. They do weird shit, and then they go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays. Okay? They pose as helpers. Their favorite go-to to get some new victims and sources of supply, income, and resources is preying on individuals, causing chaos and conflict in individuals' lives, and then acting like they want to be helpful, causing sickness and disease, sabotage, and then acting like they want to be helpful so that they can get near you. Okay, so that their works, their shit can have a more higher probability of working a lot quicker. Okay, these people are sociopaths, psychopaths, deranged lunatics with pretty clothes and wigs and homes. Highly skilled manipulators with deep, severe childhood trauma that they have lived their lives running from, and they're 1,000 years old, and the shit that's wrong with them has become progressive, such as narcissism. They run to religion and never get any real healing and transformation, and never meant to. They're codependent on energy. They're emotionally needy and codependent. They're physically needy and codependent. They're financially needy and codependent. They need constant stroking. They need constant praise. They need to be around people all the fucking time. They need somebody's opinions and thoughts all the time. They need people to approve of them all the time, to a very severe degree in which they'll do whatever it takes to ensure that they get it by whatever means necessary. These are people that will spend their life savings on creating a persona that's likely to get them what they want. These are people who use sex magic, their body, their looks, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eye, and the pride of life, and all sorts of lasciviousness. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. I'm using that language because these would be the Bible talking people that don't live worth nothing. That are behind the scenes plotting their own kinfolk's death and then want to say something about Bible. Okay? These are people with deep insecurities and jealousies, and they've projected all of that onto those who decide to go about in their lives and heal and no longer want to put up with their bullshit. I'm telling you all now, you can play with your life if you want, but then really no one can be upset, mad, or angry when the rubber meets the road, when the shit do, and it will, and it shall, and it is, hit the fan. That they were not told and warned, stop playing with the devil. And I'm going to say air quotation marks, because for me, the devil, this is not about some Sunday school teaching. This is about toxic cunts and fucks. People who behind the scene do malicious shit to individuals, look at relationships as transactional, not reciprocal exchange of love and respect and adoration. People who are opportunists. People who look at humans like picking parts. I think I want to sacrifice this one so I can get $1 million. I think I want to sacrifice that one so I can get this house that was left to so-and-so. These are lunatics. You can't afford, once you have gathered the knowledge and have had enough experiences, because chances are you have had to have enough painful experiences with these individuals to eventually catch a fucking clue that something is not right with them. They always want to touch you. They always want to touch light ones. I'm telling you what I know. I've experienced this. They always want to touch you. Or they want you to be, sit on a bed and come near you, and they always want to touch you. They're trying to get your essence, your energy. This is why they act so helpful, because they need to be near people. So let me create something so I can look like a hero. Let me offer something so I can look like I'm trying to be helpful, while I'm secretly word cursing and hexing and poisoning and speaking shit over people's food and medicine and drinks. While I'm sucking the life out of them, acting like I'm just trying to serve them and give them pleasure, but what I'm really doing is trying to suck their life force. Trying to get their semen so I can go do a sex spell. Trying to get my nasty fangs on them. And this is whether this is a man or a woman. Doesn't matter. But these are the people who have on the pristine outfits for the public. They look like Captain America or Mrs. America persona. They look like upstanding citizens of societies trying to help people find homes and trying to help them. No, bitch. No. That's not the, no, that ain't the truth. But what surrounds these individuals is weird shit if you pay attention. If you know, whether no one else knows or not, do not let these people touch you anymore. Do not take anything from these people anymore. If you're seeing weird rando shit being left at your front door, and you know that they know where you live and they're in the vicinity to have shit sent to you, be discerning. Do not take shit from people who still singing their praises and that you know was all in awe of them, that you know that they fucked behind your back, that you know was a part of selling you out. Don't take shit from them either. Don't let them near you either. Give yourself the space to heal, because what's happening is these individuals are trying to stop you from doing just that. They're trying to buy time. They're trying to wind down time so that you will die. Hopefully so that they can get away with their malicious acts. The shit they stole. So that they don't have to do like everybody else, go get a fucking job or go learn how to heal and manifest correctly and stop stealing and waiting for people to die to take their shit. So they're codependent and weak. But they claim that everyone else outside of them was the codependent. They made you sick and tired and then try to make you feel like you're the codependent one. This is how insidious these motherfuckers are. They drain you of your energy. They do all sorts of weird shit to you so that you're tired and exhausted, and then tell you codependent and ain't trying hard enough. No, you got to get the fuck away from these toxic cunts and fucks. You got to cut them cords. You got to get some healthy boundaries and heal your life and remove things and individuals that are trying to sabotage that. Whether they're displaying the label or not. Most of them display Florence Nightingale label. They're so caring for you. They so want the best for you. But why is it that ever since you've been fucking with them, this shit is crazy? Why is it you're exhausted dealing with them? Why is it that you feel confused and disconnected? as you're connected to them. Because you're dealing with dark witches and warlocks. You're dealing with narcissists. Chances are they're covert and communal, so the rest of the collective public don't see it. And they don't do and display that energy to those that are not a threat to them. It's simple. It's not as complicated as people make it. It's simple. There's no need for them to be insidious towards those that are no longer a threat, or that are not a threat, or that they have under their power and control. You are not a threat. You're not triggering something in them so they can still play the role and have that mask on good and strong and tight before you, because you're not a threat. So they'll show you Captain America or Mrs. America version. And so these individuals sit back and go, no, this is sugar, super sweet, sugar pie sweet. Because you can't see their fuckery. You're not a threat. So their demon or whatever the fuck it is, it thing ain't manifesting in front of you. So they have their Bible in one hand, their rosary in the next, the 5 crosses around their neck, all the quotes you can possibly imagine on Facebook and Instaface, bitch. You know what I'm saying? People buy that shit, man. Eating it up. But those who know the truth about them, they attack endlessly. This is why they do it. This is why they attack light ones. This is why they attack those who know the truth. Because then, if you can destroy the light ones and destroy the ones that know the truth, maybe we can keep our illusion and mask going. If we can discredit them, if we can kill them off, and this is precisely what they're doing to me and my son, to their own demise. TikTok. If they can make these types of individuals look crazy and insane and unstable while covering up their severe mental illness, while covering up their secret lives and addictions that they got caught up in when they went to Babylon. That's for one of them. For the other one, she been that shit since shit, bitch. Hide behind these personas. So you guys got to do what you got to do for you. I'm going to always be y'all's cheerleader and advocator for those of who is really resonating, okay? I'm talking to y'all specifically. I'm going to give you the lowdown. I'm going to give you the cheat sheets. I'm going to give you the goods. I'm going to give you, what's worked for me. And you apply it accordingly. And I know it's a challenge, guys, because, listen, I've been in all these different phases. So I can imagine. I know what it was like dealing with my own kinfolk. So I actually know what that's like. I know the confusion and cognitive dissonance it creates because of their personas. But I also know once you get to a place of awakening and healing and accepting, the realities of what you went through and what they've done, you get stronger and stronger to a place where you're no longer worrying about how shit looked to others. And you no longer are willing to put your life at stake in the name of appearances. I don't need to appear to be some shit. I am. I don't need that. I know what they have done. I know what they do. And I know what they plan to do. And I know what they gonna get for doing it. You don't owe these individuals, collective, if this is your story, you don't owe them nothing. And you certainly don't want nothing from them. You're better off without any of their support. You're better off without any of their so-called poisonous gifts. You're better off without any of their fake love and fake support to try to entrap and control your life. You're better off with these types of people. They have problems that are outside of your jurisdiction. They have a choice and a free will, and most of them have chosen to check out for this 3D shit, and now they got to pay for that. Instead of dealing with their inner child woundings and traumas and issues, they just got older. They got older and hid behind more religion. They got older and hid behind more religion. They got older and then they hid behind their accomplishments and toys and all this 3D shit. They got older, but that's all they did. Aged. And like any other dis-ease or malady, virus, it's progressive. If you don't deal with it, it don't just go away. And that's exactly who these people are. They want you stuck in the illusion, in the confusion, right where they are. They want you lifeless and drained. So they can benefit off of you and then wait for you to die. They want you to be their worker bees because, like I said, they don't have the kahunas, the moxie, the character, or balls to actually heal and ascend and transform their own lives and create something legitimately on their own without hoeing and thieving and stealing and doing ritual works on motherfuckers. And they target light ones. They spend their life savings on readings and spiritualists behind the scene trying to track and trace people's destinies and futures, and then to commence to do abracadabra, hocus pocus. I want to be divine feminine. The perfect hostess. Come in acting like Captain Save, Captain Mrs. Save, Captain Mrs. Your friend, Captain Mrs. I want to be helpful. Yeah. Wake up. They track you. They stalk you. They study you so they can try to create the persona that they need in order to get you to bite. They're going to play on whatever wounds you have left, whatever things unchecked that you're not dealing with, whatever your Achilles heel is, whatever your bent is that you're not looking at and paying attention to. They're going to use that to the fullest extent that they can. If you have a hankering for toys and cars and lust in the house and you'll do anything for it, then they're going to play into that. If you want attention and to be honored and respected without needing to actually build the character necessary for it, then they're going to play into that. If you have sex addictions and problems with controlling your body and your lustful desires to such a degree that that's out of control, then they're going to play on that. If drugs and alcohol was your trap and your bent, and that's the way anybody can basically get you to do anything or to get around you, then they're going to play on that. This is the nature of a distorted human. This is the nature of distorted individuals. This is what they do. They have secret envy and jealousy towards you most of the time. Or towards someone that you care for. So they spend their waking hours trying to ensure they can sabotage and destroy that, even if it means, hopefully, destroying you. So that way you can be dead. They can have whatever the fuck they done got through you. And nobody will ever know it. And then they don't have to worry about it. And then they got their vengeance because they killed you, got you out of the way. And so therefore you can't go be where you wanted to be. This is the mind of the weak ones. That again, these people have on suits. They have bank accounts. They have homes. They have cars. Some of which y'all don't know how the fuck they really got it. But that's another video though. They done used a good 20 social security numbers, bitch. If you just want to keep it on the 100. But you'll never know. They didn't use their kids, their grandkids, social security number, bitch. Their niece, nephews, shit, bitch. And then they talking about the Lord said. They're full of hate, full of envy and jealousy, and they act like it's not there. But those of you who've gotten close enough, long enough behind the scene, you know the real. These are the ones that you all watched and you set up in groups and you watched them gossip and talk about motherfuckers all day, every day. And then they went to church and then they want to, look at the Last Supper shit painting on the wall, bitch. Like that's supposed to make them spiritual and shit. These are the same motherfuckers that got their jollies off of fucking with people's lives. Right in front of you. And then they want to talk about something about the Bible said. These are the same people some of you have watched be obsessed with individuals that are awake and healing and ascending and going on with their respective lives gleefully. And they couldn't stand it. So they commenced Project Sabotage. Let's go on and taunt Divine Feminine with all these fake profiles. And pretend like we're not watching her. And then, oops, we slip up when we talk to her and say shit that we wouldn't have known unless we were watching her. Get away from them. Stay away from them. If you don't want to be caught in the storm. Because there's a storm a-brewing. They're still planning and plotting and trying to create storms for divine feminines and divine masculines and their children. And it's the storms in which they don't know that they're creating for themselves. There's a storm brewing. And if you don't want to get caught in their just shits, the just karmas that's due them, that's inevitable. If you don't want to be the one that absorbs their shit, get out the way. Do not finance, because people that are financing these people, they're about to get a surprise. Yep. Everybody's getting a little nice no nice visit in this little wop wind coming. People that are still financing these individuals that they know is fucked up and was behind doing fucked up shit, something about to start happening to these people's finances so that they can get a clue too. Like, you support dark witches and warlocks, we gonna come for you as well. It's gonna be your lesson. You don't want your shit fucked up, you gotta get out the way. Because they coming. And this is justice. We often ask, and people ask all day, one of the most common things readers get from people is, first it's always about love, but then it's about, are they going to get their karma for doing me dirty? Are they going to get what they deserve? But the thing about that is, we have to heal and ascend and work through our pain behind all of that. That's our side of it. The pain, the hurt, But we also have to move. We have to get out of the way. That is a part of karmic justice rolling out. We can't be wondering about that, but we're still going to Macy's with the bitch. Or we're still sending them money, or we're still fucking them, or we're still, hiding, making excuses. Like, you can't really expect that then. That's like sending a confusing signal. Like, what do you mean karmic ramification? It looks like you're perfectly fine with this shit, as far as we can see from a vibrational standpoint. I'm here, you guys. I'm sorry about the connection. I'm here. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh. Okay. I'm sorry. There was some internet connectivity issues, but I'm here, and I'll reiterate some things that I was saying just in case you all were not getting everything that I was saying. So basically, I was talking about you all cutting this shit out with these people, right? Not letting these people near you, not letting them touch you, okay? Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, what? Hold on, yo. Let's see. There we go. Yay. Back to the french fries. Back to 11. Okay. 1-1. Ketchup. Anyway, catch up. Get it? Pun on words. Catch up. Catch up. All right. So collective. In order for you to catch up from where you feel like your life was delayed or stalled out as it relates to dealing with these people, you're going to have to get some tough skin. You're going to have to mean business. You're going to have to prioritize your health and well-being and that of your children and that's near and dear to you over your concern about appearances and your concern about looking a certain way. You're concerned about, oh, am I being too cruel? You can't be too cruel to people who are trying to fucking kill you. You have to look at these people like what they are, killers. And if you look at people in that fashion, you're not going to be trying to preserve anything because they're certainly not trying to preserve you. If somebody was coming to your house to kill you and you knew that, you're not going to be worrying about how it looks if you kick their whole ass out the window from upstairs. You're not going to be worrying about what people's got to say about that. You're not going to be worried about whether or not something was cruel. You're going to be like, it's called self-defense. And I don't need to have a conversation about that. I don't need to prove to the person that's here to kill me or the group, their group, that this is self-defense. I know that they're a lunatic. I know that they're a killer. So I'm not entertaining killers. And I don't care if they have huge smiles, asses, whatever the fuck personas that they use to get people to do shit for them. You hear me? It takes a lot. But once you're there, you guys, once you're there, it'll serve you to just go on forward, go on forward, go on forward. Protect what's right, protect what's yours. Clear your energy, shield your energy. You can't clear and shield your energy while still going to Starbucks with the motherfuckers. You can't clear and shield your energy while still lying or covering or closing and turning a blind eye to truths. You have to be strong. No matter how long you've known them. And especially, look, for those of you where it's your kinfolk, that's the hardest thing to do, because these are the people, like I said, they should have been predisposed to have love for you. But instead, they're the devils incarnate. The devil in a blue dress. The devil with a Bible and cross around their neck. Okay? Mental patients. People that were terrorized by these people, usually light ones, were the ones that were always going to counseling. And, you know, you look at the history, but that's because of these programmings. You're not the problem because you suffered a trauma and was terrorized by these cunts and fucks. People with introspection. But see, they're the ones that never think nothing. They poop don't stink. It's always everybody else. And any time that they're acting like they're going to get some help, it has a toxic bent to it to delay and stall people out. And to still commence their fuckery. You deserve your shot, collective. It's their job to manage their emotions, not yours. It's their job to figure out their lives and work out their deal, not yours. It's their job to recover and recoup from whatever the fuck destructive shit is happening that they created and caused, not yours. Those that are protecting dark witches and warlocks and narcissists will be going down with dark witches and warlocks and narcissists. This is what's playing out. So whether individuals directly did shit or not, if they're participating in that manner, then they're going to receive what these dark witches and warlocks and narcissists have coming. So people's loyalties are going to cost them, but don't let it be you. Don't let it be yours. Be loyal to you and your healing and your ascension. Be loyal to that. Be loyal to becoming a decent human. Be loyal to ascension. Be loyal to standing for truth and justice and doing the right thing. For the collective, for all that are involved, not for no fucking dark witch and warlock. Be loyal to restoring balance where there has been imbalance, and then you will reap that accordingly. Put that love back into you. Put this heart, this ketchup heart back into those two French fries, that 11. Put that love back into your ascension, back into your awakening, back into your new beginning, back into your journey, back into who you really hold near and dear to you. That wasn't a part of trying to kill and destroy you. And the innocent lives that were negatively impacted. This is where we're to be directing our energies. This is where we're to be directing our love and care and concern, compassion, and wanting to help and support, and to those types of individuals, not these toxic cunts and fucks. The hour of enabling and tongue biting for these motherfuckers are over. Their masks are going to be stripped and ripped off willingly or unwillingly, the easy way or the hard way. The more they resist, the more the universe is going to be stepping in and persist to expose who they really are. The more they come against light ones and divine ones, the more they're going to suffer some type of ramification. The more they steal, the more they pirate, the more they do their ritual work, the more they still plan and plot to come and kill people, the more they involve in this, the more suffrage upon them and what's near and dear to them. That's the lot. It's a sad one, but apparently these individuals don't really care about what's near and dear to them. Because if they did, they would have been stopped. So they don't care that what's near and dear to them is going to suffer too. For fucking with what's near and dear to others. Isn't that simple math, guys? When you listen to it, it's simple. Anywho, don't let them touch you. These people always want to touch. It's like, no, get the fuck on. I don't need your touch, your handshake, your hug. I don't want your nasty energy. Get on. Don't come here. I don't want you sitting on nothing, touching nothing. Bye. Protect and defend. Cleanse your energy. Cleanse your home. Cleanse your space. Ask your higher self, what the fuck you need to get rid of, bitch? Be like, what I need to throw away, bitch? What's up in this house, bitch? What the fuck? You have to get diligent about your energy and your life and your space when you know you've been dealing with these types of people. Clear your phone, clear your history, clear all that shit out. I mean, I went through that. Delete they shit. Delete they messages, they numbers, they pictures, bitch. As you feel guided. Okay, again, this is not meant to be forced. This is for those of you who you already know. You already know. It's already resonating with you. And I'm simply sharing the ways people always are asking a question about clearing their energy and clearing their life and cleansing this and cleansing that. But often people don't want to do the work. They don't want to make the life change. They just want to go to a session and have a quick little clearing and then wonder why it's not sticking. It has to be a change from the inside out and a life. No one Reiki session or prayer meeting or Reiki circle or whatever the fuck it is you do, it has to be where you are taking control of your life and clearing that shit up from the inside out. No longer entertaining, no longer playing with it, no longer overthinking about it, no longer inviting it, no longer none of that. You have to be serious about your life. You have to be serious about cutting shit away. You have to be serious about erecting boundaries. You have to be serious about clearing and cleansing and defending what's right. There's no amount of highs and support and fucks and snacks and shit that is worth possibly destroying your life. For dealing with these kind of motherfuckers. Many of us have held the wrong people in high honor because of their fuckery, their trickery, their slick silver-tonguedness, their spells, and their lies, and their ability to hide behind a religion. That's the greatest lesson and price you pay about learning how to read energy and look beyond first glance or face value. Or looking beyond these labels that we try to categorize and put people in based on these labels and these attachments that half of these motherfuckers don't live up to. What deserves high honor is people that are actually operating in that manner. Decent humans. Not somebody who wear a Christian label. Not somebody who managed to do church every week and pay their tithes and offerings, and that's supposed to mean that they're a fucking decent human being. People who stand for fairness and justice for all. That's a decent human. People who honor and respect life, even life different than them. That's a decent human. That's high honor. Not no damn routine. Not no damn Reiki center. Not no damn label. That is not what makes someone honorable. Not because somebody give to Make-A-Wish Foundation so they can put it on InstaFake. Not communal narcissism. Who people really are behind the scene to all life. How they talk about people behind the scene when they're not standing behind the podium. When they're not at the Reiki circle conducting. When they're not putting on a show for social media. How they treat lives that are different than them, that they feel like is less than them or beneath them or a different belief than them. That's what determines an honorable, decent fucking human. Not because somebody gave $1,000 to the offering bucket. Or they gave $1,000 to somebody that they were plotting to kill so they can look like they were trying to help them. So they can sabotage their life, their healing, their growth, their success, their forward movement. So they can leech off of them and try to act like it's theirs. That ain't a decent human. Not motherfuckers that are copying and pasting whole other motherfuckers' lives and then wants to say some shit on a podcast, bitch. That ain't a decent human. Because they have some type of ordination or certification. That don't make them a decent human. Because they can shout, because they can sing, because they can preach, because they can teach, because they can do a Reiki session. That doesn't necessarily make them a decent human. Because if they're doing any of the things I have mentioned about in readings and on this live, then I'm sorry, my dear friend Watson, they're not a decent fucking human. If they can do harm to others without squinting for no other reason other than they don't like them, or they believe differently than them, or they're jealous of them, then they're not a decent human. It's that simple. And they could quote the Bible from the front to back, they're still not a decent human. If they can take from their own kinfolk, they can put their own kinfolk out on the street. If they can attempt to get their kinfolk harmed, if they can fuck their own kinfolk's husbands and wives and boyfriends and girlfriends and they're 1,000 years old, they are not a decent human being. They are not an honorable human being. I'm saying it this way, you guys, because I'm trying to make it plain. Most of us spent way too long and too much time behind labels instead of people's character and conduct. Oh, because they got Christian, Bibles, this on a shit. But who are they? Who are they? How do they treat people outside of their circle and their group of praisers and worshipers? Outside of their yes men and yes women, who are they? Outside of their groups of enablers and tongue biters, who are they? To people that they don't understand or relate to, how do they treat people of different cultures, ethnicities, backgrounds, beliefs? Who are they? That's what warrants an honorable or not honorable human being. Not because they gave to some shit. That's communal narcissism. Look it up. What do you mean I'm not honorable? I donate every week. I go to the soup kitchen. I clean the church bathroom. I'm at the Reiki Center. I donate pro bono. What do you mean? But who are they? Are they secret killers? Are they word cursing people? That's different than them? Who are they? Are they stealing other people's creative property? Who are they? Are they talking about their very own congregants, church members, employees behind their backs? Who are they? Like I said, are they fucking their brothers and sisters, nieces and nephews and aunties and uncles, boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives behind people's back, but then want to tell somebody something about God and Bible? Who are they? Are they sneaking and snarling around behind people's back, trying to sabotage people's lives, trying to defame other people's character while theirs is raggedy as shit? Who are they? People full of hate, malice, bitterness. And instead of dealing with it, they hide behind a religion and they're projected upon those who are liberated. Who are they? Do they feel superior? An overinflated sense of self? Overinflated sense of importance, grandeur, based on their own illusions and their framework? Who are they? Think their life is more valuable than others? Think their children's life is more valuable than other people's children? Who are they? This is the stuff we have to learn how to look at versus they said they're a Christian. They go to church A, B, and C. They quote the Bible from front to back. They got Black Jesus on a wall in a dining room. They got a dictionary Bible, the Bridge version, sitting on the coffee table. Or they got a Reiki center. They said that they are a healer. They said that they are a Reiki master. They said they're this and they're that. A psychic, a medium. They said that they're an empath. You can't be an empath and do the shit these people do. This is why we have to learn how to get past these labels. If you're an empath, you ain't trying to kill people. If you're an empath, you're not plotting people's death and you're not hiring hitmen to jump on people. If you're an empath, when you get brokenhearted because somebody dumped you or somebody don't want you, now no more. You're not commencing to try to kill them and their children. If you're an empath, you're not a gossipy lowlife. And then smiling in people's face, wanting to take their place, a backstabber. If you're an empath, see, people use all this language because it's trending and they attempt to mimic and copy legit light ones. But this is why it serves us to learn the difference between people who can say it, portray it, versus people who are it. the energy and frequency that goes along with it, because it's a frequency. It is a vibration. It is an essence. Just because you can copy and paste something, you're not in the essence. That's called copying and pasting. Just because you can go buy a wig that looks like this bitch's wig, just because you can go buy an outfit, bitch, just because you can do your eyelashes and your eyebrows, bitch, just because you can say some shit copying somebody else doesn't mean you hold the true essence of that. Just because you can Google search something and stand in a mirror and practice trying to be somebody else don't mean you hold the essence. The technological world and life in which we live in has created beauty and the beast. It has created highs and lows because individuals of low frequency and refusing to do their due diligence with transformation, they're using this technology in this manner to sit back and literally copy and paste lives because they don't know how to create. They don't know how to heal. They don't know how to tap in. So they're using it in that manner. Hours upon hours of sitting, trying to mimic, trying to outdo, trying to one up. That is not what we're here for. We must get past labels. I know it's flashing, you guys. And it's our conditioning and programming. We have to deal with our subconscious because that's where that stuff is. And this is why people like that play on those things. This is why it serves us to start working with our inner child and subconscious. What constitutes an honorable human? We have to figure that out as well. What constitutes a decent human? Fuck the label. Fuck the appearances and the conditionings and the fuckery. What constitutes a decent, honorable human being? I didn't say perfect. Pay attention to the language. What constitutes a decent, honorable human? I'm going to give you the lowdown. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's got a past. We all came here asleep in a way, even light ones. It was a part of the journey. It's a part of the deal to work through it. Even though we did have a certain level of awareness and awakeness that's a little different than those who are not on that ascension path, but we still come asleep. And we still come with the traumas and the dramas of the bloodlines we've carnated, plus all previous souls' journeys. So most of us play out scenarios like everybody else early on. Like everybody else. Light ones, they deal with a lot of trauma. They get traumatized. They deal with a lot of abuse. Different forms of abuse very early. Okay. Then they work shit out. They're usually looking for love in all the wrong places. That's usually every light one story. They're usually chasing love in unhealthy ways. They're getting connected and attached to people that are like their toxic family members. Their vulnerability, their naivete gets exploited very early. Okay? So they go down interesting paths. Not everybody goes to the same level of severity, but they have their experiences, whether it's being too promiscuous or, being too easy to have sex with people because you're trying to find love. You're trying to find acceptance. Okay. Some people embark upon drugs and alcohol. Everybody ends up going down some type of a path of sorts very early. And then we get on a path of truth seeking. So an honorable, decent human being takes full responsibility and accountability to their life, not in words only. They own up to the pain, the trauma, the drama, okay, that was done, but also that was caused, that they caused, right? Decent, honorable human beings, no matter how humbling and awkward, when they have healed or they're healing and ascending and things are illuminated to them about their conduct, their behavior, their choice, their action, revealing that this was not decent, this was unjust, this was off, this was wrong, this kicks in for decent humans. And it encourages them forward into some form of reform, some form of seeking to make right because they're a decent, honorable human being. I'm using this as an example because I wasn't implying that honorable, decent humans are perfect. But they certainly do not sit and stay in toxic energy. They certainly do not do wrong and do wrong and do wrong and continue to do wrong and do wrong and do wrong and continue to do wrong and do wrong and do wrong, pretending like they're not doing it, continue to do wrong and do wrong and do wrong. Okay? No healing, change, and transformation, not making shit right, continue to do wrong and do wrong and do wrong. That's not honorable. And we can stack however many Bibles we want to stack on top of that. That's not honorable. That's not a decent human. It ain't about running to a confession booth. See, those are usually people who don't want to deal with the ramifications or face things. They want to go sit in a confession booth. No, you need to go confess to the person you did this to. You need to deal with that. That's what honorable human beings do. I did some shit wrong. I want to make it right. I can run to a church all I want. Ain't gonna change shit. I did something wrong. This was dishonorable. This was inhumane. No matter what my opinions and views are, this was inhumane. And I need to face that. This is the heart and the mind of an honorable human. Even if they're shaking or crying or sweating behind their knees, because it's a challenge to face one's own darkness and it's a challenge to eat humble pie or to stand and own that I was really a fucked up individual. And I did some really heinous, malicious shit to my own kinfolk. And if I'm calling myself a decent human being, I need to own that. Because ain't no amount of shouting and hallelujah and spinning and jumping around 3 times gonna make you a decent human. It's your conduct. How do you handle? It's conduct. Consistently, progressively. If you're changing, then your conduct is changing from the inside out. And it will be notable. It will be felt. It would be tangible. It's not just about sitting in a corner crying, or sitting on an altar, or sitting in a circle in a closet behind the scene. It's about ownership. No matter how challenging, that's honorable. Honorable, you stole something, you forged something, you make it right. See, these people want to be looked upon as honorable, but they don't want to do what's honorable. They want to be looked upon as upstanding, loving, mature, whole, decent humans, but they don't want to conduct as such. They want people to look at them that way without having to be that way. That's narcissism all day long. Wanting people to look at you in a light that you don't really hold. That you're not really vibrating at. That you're not really living into and up to. Because it takes diligence. It takes work. It takes journeying to actually hold those frequencies or to be those things. It requires humble pie. It requires honesty, true gut-wrenching honesty with yourself and with individuals that you've wronged in some way. That's an honorable, mature person. Not because somebody, I'm going to say this to the wheels fall off. Not just because somebody could say Jesus, church, Bible, blood, hallelujah, shout, juck and shive, and, not because somebody can go donate somewhere or go to a Reiki center. And I'm bridging these industries because I'm making it plain that it's not a bent towards one or the other. Fucked up is fucked up. Honorable is honorable in any arena. When you fucked up, you fucked up. And ain't no label gonna change that. Ain't no routine and ritual that's gonna make this any different. Except for that of true inner work and journeying and ownership. These are decent folks. People who stand for justice. People who speak up. People who have balls. Okay? Not just the men balls. But see, that's a fucking decent, honorable human being. Cowards aren't. They're not. I'm sorry. I know that's harsh, but they're not. Because cowards basically are the ones that shiver and snivel and do all sorts of shit or be a part of shit, and then they run. And hide, try to run for cover, hoping that they can escape while injustices is playing out on innocent lives. Those are cowards. Those are not decent humans. What constitutes an honorable human to you? It may serve you to even investigate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, question yourself or just, think about it. I know it's flashing, guys. Hold on. Sorry. Sorry, I'm still here. I'm sorry. Ah, I'm back. But start asking yourself, okay, what's honorable to you? What's not honorable to you? You may even want to write a list if that helps you to really look at what your own true beliefs are about that. I don't like snakes, lowlifes, backstabbers. To me, that's dishonorable. Okay. What do I mean by that? Well, people, I don't like the two-faced fucks, whether they are kinfolk, lovers, church folk, Reiki folk, what I'm saying? Whomever. I don't like two-faced energy. To me, that's dishonorable because it's creating deception. You're talking about me behind my back, but then you hang with me, smiling, acting like all is well. That's a two-faced energy. To me, that's dishonorable. Okay? It's dishonorable. Because for me, it's like if you don't like me or you have an issue with me, it'll serve you well just to actually just leave me entirely alone and stay as far away from my life as you possibly can. Okay? In every arena, not just in person. That's how I feel about that. If you have everybody has a right to their views and opinion. If you have an issue with me, it'll serve you better. It'll serve your life and what matters to you. If you just stay the fuck away, but leave me alone if you know what's good for you. Leave my life alone, my creations alone. It serves you to just go about your perspective life. Rather than being a frenemy or a fake friend attempting to do shit to me that I'm going to make sure you pay for. Because we're all adults. Now none of us have to be bothered with nobody that we don't want to be bothered with. If we don't agree or we don't believe the same or we don't jive, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? None of us have to be bothered with one another if we don't want to be. If we don't like what somebody's work is, we don't have to look at their work. This is why I don't have a respect for people who feel entitled to fuck with people's work. Serves you well to kick rocks if you know what's good for you. Because before it's over. Now, it's no matter how long it takes, before it's over, you're going to wish you didn't do that. Right? So you all think about it. Somebody says something, stay away, agreed, right? Well, I mean, it's simple. And I'm talking about from my energy. I'm talking about from my creations. I'm talking about my whole life, bitch. My whole entire life, bitch. My whole get up. My social media, bitch. My whole everything. If you have a problem with me, it serves you to stay the fuck away or pay. Because I can promise you, I'm not invested my energy onto people that I don't like. I'm not going to be in their world. I'm not going to be on their social media. I'm not going to be on their jobs. I'm not going to be, I ain't going to do that. If I have a problem with them, so to me, that's dishonorable. That's like high school, grade school, elementary, middle school age nigga bitch shit. What's honorable to you and what's dishonorable? What's honorable to me is even when people make mistakes, because again, all things being equal, this is not about perfection. When people do come into an understanding that they have violated you, they have wronged you, or you express something or something is revealed, that they own it. What's dishonorable? Trying to play head games, trying to make me look crazy. That's a dishonorable human. I'm sorry. But how else do you explain being a part of some fuckery and then talking to the person acting like you're not a part of the fuckery? What other explanation or definition can you equate it to? It's dishonorable. See, I don't have time for that kind of energy. Frenemy energy. Oh, you so fake flattery and fake, all that energy to try to, brown nose they way, or, elbow rub, shoulder rub they way. You know what I'm saying? Into your energy to do fuckery, to steal, to do recon. Those are some weak nigga bitches. I don't have respect for that either. What do I have respect for? What's honorable? People that can own up when that has happened. If they realize that they were a part of a gossipy, low-life group, they realize that they were misinformed, or they were in the blind or delusional or childish themselves, and somebody owning that, and like the boss bitch and boss nigga that they try to act like they are, that I have respect for. That's honorable, because it takes guts to do that too. It's the pride that keeps people in a state of dishonor. I'm talking about negative pride, not the healthy form of pride, but that negative pride of, I can treat people however the fuck I want, and I don't have to do. You're actually right. You don't. But stop whining like a bitch then, as you live out your karma. You are correct. But also stop trying to act like you're an honorable human, because you're not. Because it ain't about you have to, it's about you get to. When you're trying to transform and become an honorable, decent human, you get to have the honor of clearing something up with somebody, which is clearing up your karma. You get to. It's not you have to. You get to. You have been spared or given the privilege of having a soul that's not seared to a degree in which you can still feel and make atonement for your fuckery. There's a seared deadness to individuals that do not operate in honor, that can sit and sleep day after day doing fuckery because they're seared. Mental problems. If their brains were to be looked at under a microscope, it'll say gone. But on a more serious note, scientifically, their brain looks different. This is scientifically proven. I'm just keeping it real. Where there should be empathy and certain things lighting up and so forth, it's not there. This is why they can conduct in such heinous ways and go on in life and not feel like they owe now nobody an apology. Y'all laughing at me. Why? Because I said it's gonna say gone when they look at it under the microscope. I be getting these weird images and I say crazy shit. I'm like, yeah, it may say gone, bitch. They gonna look at it, it's gonna say, it's gonna be a tumbleweed. They be like, hey, this ain't nothing in here, bitch. This is only for aesthetic purposes. Shell only. Because how else, listen, you guys, I know it sounds kind of raunchy, but how else can you quantify and make sense of some of the heinous shit these people do then? How else can you quantify it? These people that go to church and got on suits and hats and shit, and they wear the certain shit, okay, but yet do crazy fucked up shit. How else do you quantify it? It must be with the upstairs. It must be the brain. Because if we don't journey, you guys, what do you think is going to happen? And on Earth School is a motherfucker. What else is going to happen if you don't do your healing and your journeying properly? It's going to be only one of a few things going to go down. That default setting, that primitive nature, but hiding behind a religion doesn't change the fact that it's primitive. If you can do some fucked up shit to motherfuckers, you something wrong. Because you don't like them. Really? It wouldn't be a lot of people still breathing if it came down to me taking out motherfuckers I don't like. That ain't my jurisdiction. It's not my business. That's their journey and prospective lives to work out. That ain't my business. I don't like, because you don't like. Because you don't agree and you don't believe. And who are you? It's a greater matter at play underlining all of that pretension. What's honorable? What's dishonorable? Play with it. And then when you even look at it in terms of what you look at it from both sides. Play devil's advocate with yourself. Look at it from both. I'm telling you, if you sit with this and write it out and just be honest without a judgment and just work it out. It's fascinating what comes out. What would you call honorable in terms of how people are treating you or not treating you? Honorable versus dishonorable. Then flip it. How are you conducting? See if it matches up. See if it lines up with the side to do with what you would expect in terms of treatment towards you. If it ain't lining up, you found some answers to something. You found your own biases. in the place where you're making exceptions for you. But this is what the lessons that we have to get over. It is what you give out. There are no exceptions. You don't get a special clause. If there are certain treatments that you would find to be dishonorable towards you, yet you're making concession for you to do and be those same treatments towards others, it's a contradiction. It's a double standard, and it's hypocrisy. If we lived in that state of mind and energy, we'll start to clear up a whole lot of other shit, and we'll stop entertaining a whole lot of other shit, and we'll just move on and not deal with motherfuckers who are still in the dumb shit. I say this like a broken record. It's probably going to be driven in some of y'all's head if you're watching and listening to me enough. But reduce shit to the basics, down to the basics. Layman's terms. Remove woo-woo-y energy out of it. Remove it out the way. Reduce shit to science and math and layman's terms. Basic foundational principles. Reduce it. And that'll make things feel a lot simpler. It really does. When we stop making special concessions because we, the Reiki master of the last hour of the 12th master lineage, we're the church of the churches of all churches. Like when we just move that. I'm the high priestess to the 13th power of Empress, the bomb bitch. I'm the shit. I'm the prophetess, prophet of the hour, and I'm the, the deacon, and I'm the healer of healers, and I'm all, I'm wonderful, I'm wonderful. I'm the best, I'm the this, I'm the, the queen, the king, okay, fine, very well. Now, move that all out the way. Because when it comes down to it all, you're human. If you're human, that is. But when it comes down to it, you bleed red. You put your pants on the same version that everybody else. When we take all of this fluffy shit, move it out the way. These accolades, I'm ordained and with all the ordinances, bitch. I'm certified in all possible certifications. Okay, very well. Now, move all of that out the way because you still put your leg on with the one bitch, put the leg on the pants the same way as all every motherfucker. Whatever energy and investments that you are putting out towards others, are you comfortable with receiving it? And if your answer is no, then there is where the change needs to take place. It's really that simple, guys, I promise you. If we take out trying to use the term God and Bible and this and that in the means of trying to dictate and control others or to justify and quantify the shit we're doing to people, based on our framework. When you move that out the way, because getting down to the nitty gritty of all, you still is just regular motherfucker, like everybody else on earth, bitch. You still bleed red. And if you wouldn't appreciate something, then that's the answer you need to give to yourself in terms of before you're taking any sort of actions towards others. And when we do this, collective, this helps us to come out of analysis paralysis, to come out of trying to categorize like, oh, that's because they're a preacher or they're a Reiki master or they're no. You don't get a license to be fucked up to people. That is your distortion. If you wouldn't appreciate it, then chances are you shouldn't do it. If you would have something to say or feel some kind of way about something, then that's your answer. And what's fascinating is no matter how simple this is, sleep ones and most humans overcomplicate that. Those very basic principles. Same principles in which they quote day after day. Some of them got it as a bumper sticker on their car. Do unto others. Do we even know what that fucking means? Or are we still doing what we do best? Make concessions and exceptions so we can project our fuckery instead of dealing with our own energy. If you don't want to be gossiped about, chances are you should cease to entertain or be a gossip. If you don't want your family's dirty laundry on display for the world, then chances are you shouldn't be trying to display someone else's dirty laundry to the world. If you don't want nobody interfering with your family or coming against your family life, then chances are you should cease to attempt to interfere and come against someone else's family life. If you don't want to feel like you're being stalked, bullied, hunted down by terrorists disguised as decent humans, then chances are you shouldn't do it. If you don't want people using energy work and their spirituality as an entitlement to fuck with your energy or your children's energy or your business's energy, then chances are then you probably shouldn't invest in that towards others. If you don't want people pirating your hard-earned, your journey's work for their own personal gain, pretending like it's theirs, then chances are you shouldn't do it either. If you don't want identity theft or people forging your name or using your personal information or your children's personal information, then chances are you shouldn't do it and or entertain motherfuckers who do. If you don't want people's nose in your business, then chances are you should get your nose out of others' business. See how simple? I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Because this is what it really is about. You don't want to be lied on, misunderstood, people ganging up against you, then you should not be a part of lying, causing misunderstandings, and gaining upon other people, or fucking with those who do. It's that simple. You don't want people judging you for your past and your mistakes? Then you shouldn't be attempting to cause people to judge someone else from their past or their mistakes. You don't want people trying to control you. Then you should stop trying to control people or being a part of those who do. You don't want people lying to you and playing hand games with you? Then you shouldn't be lying and playing head games. Or being connected to those who do. You don't want to deal with happiness haters, jealous motherfuckers, people, you know what I'm saying, that can't stand to see you happy and moving on, and, you know, Debbie Downer and, you know, Death Wish bitch and Sally sad and Sam super sad and whoever the fuck. Then don't be that and don't bring that. And being a part of those who operate like that. Let's reduce it to the basics, yo. Because we ain't special. And when I'm saying we ain't special, I'm not talking about, you know, we're beautiful, we're all, you know, worthy. That's not where I'm going. What I'm saying is none of us get any special concessions because of who the fuck we think we are. Whatever our belief systems are, our titles and our labels and our professions and our whatever the fuck we think we know and got. But now none of us get no special concession. To be fucked up towards people. Or to intrude on people. And if you can't handle that energy being reflected back to your reality at some point, then it's time for you to sit down and really think about your investments. Because though it may not be today, but it will be a day that you'll have to receive all of it. That you will be on the other side of that energy that you have invested in. So if you don't want people stealing from you, don't be a thief. Because you will be stolen from before you die. You don't want to stop being a hoe. Because you will be cheated on before you die. You don't want people to come after you just for what you got? Then stop going after people for what they got, because that's what's going to happen to you before you die. You don't want people using you, then stop using people. Because you're going to receive that before you die. And start looking into that we want and investing in that type of energy from the inside out. No concessions, no exceptions. Man, woman, boy, girl, whatever culture, ethnicity, background, religion, belief system, period. Human rights. If you want what belongs to you and don't want people fucking with what belongs to you and what was rightfully yours, then don't fuck with what belongs to someone else and what's rightfully theirs, because you will be on the receiving end of your fuckery before you die. You don't want to be wrongly accused. You don't want to be imprisoned for something you didn't do. Then stop trying to set other people up, because you're going to swallow what you did before you die. Life will become a lot simpler, collective. And if you guys are on this path, you're probably already sensing and knowing that. So I'm only further encouraging you all. And use this just in your life. Stop wrecking your brain, man. Reduce shit to simple terms, like they used to say back in old school math coming up. Reduce it to its lowest terms. Remove all of the fluff and the hype and the bullshit and the labels and these conditionings, and become a decent, honorable human from the inside out. Work on that, being that, becoming that, co-creating it and aligning with it, and then walking away from or letting pass you by things that are not in that frequency. Because I can bet you can bet your bottom dollar that if you're going to befriend and align with dishonorable people who do dishonorable things and unmentionable things to get gain, I promise you, if ever you piss them off, you make them mad, or you don't bow and contort and confirm to, and concur to what they expect of you and what they want out of you, whatever that is, all of that dishonorable energy is going to be given to you. So it serves us to not entertain those kind of people, because our willingness to entertain that is reflecting a part of our character that's needing attention. If you're willing to connect to fucked up people because they're not doing nothing fucked up to you, there's something fucked up in you still, because you're okay with them being fucked up. We're talking about becoming decent, honorable humans, not just to me, my four, and no more, to humanity. And if you know they're willing to be dishonorable, and you say you're trying to become a decent human, it serves you to walk away.